Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the podcast today. On this special day, we are recording for the glorious Father's Day, my favorite time of the year.
My favorite too.
Is it?
Yep.
Why?
Because we get to celebrate you and all the dads.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? That we have a day. Mother's Day is amazing
Yeah.
too, so nobody come after me. But um, it's cool for like men to have a day, right? We don't. I mean, we don't really got March, but we got a day. To celebrate. I'm very happy. I love this day because to me, what it represents, you know what I mean? It represents the struggles of being a dad. So happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, all you poppies that are every day doing your thing, working hard, and fighting to make sure your kids and your family like win.
Yes. You guys are amazing. We need you here. All the ones here on this planet and up there.
So since we're on the subject and it's Father's Day, you're a counselor, I'm a coach. Let's talk a little bit about being a man in today's world. Oh, in a man's world.
It's very difficult.
It's difficult right now.
Yeah.
But not difficult. I don't want to get in the whole like oh, they treat men like shit. No, none of that. It's just difficult because of the being a man.
The
You know,
expectations.
and the way the world is right now, and your job is to like get your families have your family safe and get them to do good and all that. But it's like it's gotten harder.
Yes.
You know, even me as a man, I'm always like thinking about it. It's like there's so much to protect against now that wasn't there a few years ago.
Right.
So much,
So much.
and that's your job, and that could be hard for a man nowadays. Sometimes it's hard for me because I see being a dad like ancient an ancient warrior. I know that's weird, but let me explain myself.
Mm-hmm.
So warriors, right? Uh, and they still are, but now it's more modern, right? They're too. They were used by kingdoms or whatever the thing was at that time. They were used as you have to go fight,
Right.
and your life really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It even happens now, you know, in the military when these men go to war, which is tough. They understand that they might be being put in the bad position to allow a win somewhere else because that's the
Right.
way battles work. And that's what a father is, because you're like fighting every single day, like in working and making money, and not only that, like safeguarding,
Right.
which
Keeping
is
us
like
safe.
that's hard
Mhm.
today. And worrying, and then that's your job, right? So sometimes you get treated like that's your job, and that's all you're here for. And I guess that's sometimes the hard part. Sometimes I feel like that.
Yeah.
Feel like you're not important. Like your importance is what you can get done for the family, which is, I don't know. I don't mind the job, but it could be uh it could get to you sometimes. So you as a counselor, what do you tell dads to that are feeling like that are feeling like, I don't know, like they're working all day and that's all they're here for, to support and to provide.
Well, the first thing is thank you. Thank you for your service. Without fathers in this world, it would be a very sad world. Fathers play a super important role in guiding us and making sure that we learn. Mothers too, but fathers are so important to the upbringing of every human out there. So for men that are out there that are feeling that way, I think that sometimes we just gotta like really pause and talk to your family. Let them know that you need a little bit more from them to be able to feel appreciated. I think that mental health for men is very important, and when they are when they feel that way, they feel like guarded from expressing that because of
But
this
if it feels
warrior
like you
vision.
have to, because like when I go through it, I don't always communicate it properly, and then it comes out in a little bit of what people see as anger, right? And then you have to let it go and say what's wrong. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like if you do, like you don't want to seem I know it sounds horrible, weak for your family. You don't
Right.
want your family to think they can depend on you or that you're down because every time somebody goes down or feels down, you're like telling them it's gonna be okay. You got to do this. You got to
Right.
pump up. You got to fight and all that. So then it's like it feels like when you feel like that, it's like yeah. Now how do I tell her that I want to give up? You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff. So I know there's a lot of stuff right now out there, like in a lot of podcasts and stuff, like that they're talking about that women put that on men, like they treat them like that. But I'm gonna be honest, I treat myself like that. No woman
Mm,
has, well, when I was a kid, uh, abused, but that's something different. But as a man now, no woman makes me like feel like I have to get up and go to work, or that's all I'm good for, or if I'm sad, I better get over it, buttercup, that type of shit stuff. I do it to myself
right.
constantly, constantly, constantly. You know, like you. There's times where I don't go to the doctor for a long time, no matter how sick I am, because I feel like I have to keep fighting for the what matters is the kids and the family and all that. But they don't. None of them do it. If it was up to y'all or them, as soon as if I would say, "Hey, I don't feel good," y'all would tell me to stay home. Don't do anything.
Always.
But how do we as men like maybe understand that that weakness we feel is important too.
I think just reminding, I think on the family side, we should be more mindful to come in and ask, how are you feeling? What do you need? And then on the father side, to also be able to pause and express it. And just like you're courageous in so many other areas, be courageous in that moment because you're not only doing it for yourself, you're teaching your son or your kids that vulnerability is important, that you should be able to ask for help, that you're not so, that yes, we appreciate your warrior and leader um, job, but it's okay to also be down. It's okay to need help. It's okay to be sick. It's okay to have mental health issues. It's okay to ask for help.
And in mental health, we see it, right? We have a clinic, a mental health clinic. You don't see as many males
Yeah.
there, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you do. I mean, but you don't see as many males going to. It's I don't know what I got over that though. That part I go and see when I need to, but that is I could attest that is a thing. I don't know. It's ingrained that that's like weakness
It is.
that it somehow shows you're not strong or you don't have fortitude or you can't handle life and situation. And what does that
Hmm.
mean for the rest of the crew or the rest of the team that you're like leading? So yeah, it's difficult, but I wish more men would
Me
because it
too.
did a lot for me.
And you're human. It's
And it did a lot for me. It
emotions.
did a lot for me as a man that I'm a Latin man, right? Came from a Latin family.
Mhm.
Where I remember like everyone that I knew went to counseling was female. I never saw a male. You know, I saw my dad, God bless him, but I saw him like never put attention to his feelings. Ever, ever. I don't think anybody ever saw him in a weak position. I used to see it, but because he used to, not because he used to show it, but because I saw it in his face that that you know life was hard. He was getting beat up,
Mhm.
but he still got up every day and fought. He worked. This man worked. Uh, no matter what was going on. I don't know. I never saw him take vacation, time off, none of that. It was just grind. But I think it's important though. That is an important mindset. Like I'm a little bit like that. A lot like that. I work a lot, but I wouldn't change that. I want to be I want to help my family.
Right.
Like, well, it's an honor to like push. Like
Mhm.
every time they have a win, it's like I won, right? But I think it's important that sometimes we like chill out. Just
Take a break.
chill out,
Yeah.
you know? But it's
Mhm.
hard. So how do we get that started? Like how can I wish we I wish I had magic powers and I could create a movement that men will start like freaking being in touch with themselves, like like their feelings and going counseling and like working on those emotional parts. Yo, that would be very cool because it's hard to be the person that's fighting all the time.
Yes.
It's very, very difficult.
And it's a position that once you're in it, it's so hard to get off of it.
That you can't.
You yes.
It feels like you can't, right? Because what do? You're a dad. That's it's like a mom. You can't stop being a mom.
Mhm.
You can't stop being a mom. But there's a job. I don't know. Somebody was talking to me the other day about what is it? Not obedience. What is it that they talk that the whole thing of women being obedient? That is it, right?
Mhm.
Obedient and actually three people. I don't know because that's what's going on now. I've been talking to you about in the
Mhm.
podcast that men looking for obedient women and all that stuff. Like that's the thing. I don't know where we how we got here, but and I was asked. I didn't think I ignored that stuff, but I was asked a few times about like what do I think about that. And what I think about that is that everybody has to be obedient. If you want a relationship to be like for 24, 25 years, everybody has to be obedient in something. Like I can't cook for shit. You're obedient in the kitchen, but it's not because you're a woman. It's
Right.
because you don't want to eat what I cook. The
Right.
kids don't want to eat what I cook. I definitely don't want to eat what I cook because it'll be corn dogs, French fries, whatever you could fry up like throwing. So that means like whenever I say I'm hungry, you go to the kitchen,
Right.
right? You don't even ask questions. It don't matter what's going on in your day or
Right.
whatever. So you're obedient there.
Mhm.
But it's like because you're a woman. If I was a great cook, that would be my job, right? But then I'm obedient when it comes to being the person that handles the problems.
Right.
There's no questions,
No
right?
questions.
you don't even
Problem here. Help
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So that's my job, and that's it. I have to be obedient and handle it, even when I don't want to. There's times I don't want to do it, and I have to do it. Uh, uh, so that's the thing. So women have that. There's things women are very important at, but I don't think it's a woman male thing. I think is more of the relationship,
Right,
well,
it's a
the strengths and
partnership.
weaknesses.
Yes,
Yeah,
strengths and weakness. I agree. If you identify what those are and you humble yourself with each other, and you're good at that, and I'm good at this, and we both help each other in that way. I think that's what makes a relationship can last that long.
yeah. But why is it? Actually, now that brings up a question. It might be a bad question, but why is it that the male is what is that mostly always falls? Other things change. There's a relationship where the man is the cook
Right.
because he cooks great, right?
Or the caretaker of the kids
Yeah,
as you
we did that. There was a time I had no choice. I stayed home and take care of the kids, and you brought the bacon,
yeah,
or I don't like bacon. You brought the beef or whatever it is,
the turkey.
the turkey and the turkey, and that worked at the time, right? And but that part of the protector, what is it about? Is because of the man thing? No, it's because ancient times, right?
I
We've been
think
like fighting for.
yeah,
Huh?
passed down from generation to generation to generation.
But women do it now too, bro.
Oh,
I see some women that I
and
will not fight.
women are
That
amazing
I
at
wouldn't
it.
fight. There's women that I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
I'll call the cops. I don't know. I wouldn't even. I would call the cops. So being a father is important.
Ooh, so important. And you see in counseling when people come in and they tell you that they have good relationship with their
It's a
fathers or
different
they
person.
grew up with their
Yeah.
father, you really see that there's something inside of that human that's a little bit different than others.
Yeah. Like I had a really bad childhood, but I grew up with my dad. So there's things that I know how to get over or get through that I think because I grew up with a dad, it helped me get through a lot of the problems
Yeah.
I got through because he taught me a lot of things about fighting in life. He was really good at it. Nobody knew he was really good at it because he was a quiet. You knew he was quiet, but I've never seen him on the floor.
Right.
Right? He was always
That man.
ready.
Oh,
He was
got
always ready. Yo,
so
one day,
many things
listen.
happened
One
to
day
him,
we
and he's just like,
listen.
"We're not gonna lie."
One day we went to I think where was it? Disney World? Where was it? We were together already?
I
Yeah,
hope so.
that we all went to Disney World or something or park,
Yes.
and there was somebody like in line, and they kept getting too close to him, and the dude said, out of nowhere, nobody even knew what was happening. I don't know with his accent. If you get close to me one more time, I'm gonna fuck you up. And the person was like, "Whoa,
The whole
don't touch
family
me!
turned around.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" He's like, yeah, so he was crazy. Not crazy. He was something else. And both of them. dads have passed. So Father's Day is
Yes.
also that for us, you know.
So it's an honor to celebrate it, but it's also like bittersweet. And you were talking about the Latin male being the protector or expected. My dad, the same thing. And
Nah,
for me, growing up with my dad was one of the most beautiful and also difficult because that man was tough.
attitudes, bro.
So so tough. But I, as an adult now, I'm thankful that he was who he was to me. He's a important part of who I
And
am
mine's of
instead of
mine. Every time I look in the mirror, I see my dad. Every time I get angry, I see my dad. Every time I feel sad, I see. So like, yeah, it's very important. And it's sad there's a lot of kids that don't, unfortunately, don't grow up
yeah,
with their dads. I know that's something, but I've heard that those numbers are changing a little bit. But it's very important, and I think we should treat our dads better, bro. Not us, our dads, but just in society. You know, if you know this is a father, you know, and this father is walking, and we should all like understand this person's probably battling a lot of, because that's what being a father is. You're fighting like all directions, and you
yeah,
feel like you're always losing the fights.
yeah.
But the only reason you don't lose is because you can't stop. That's it. So you know, I think we should treat fathers better. I think, you know, men in general. I think men should treat themselves better and stop waiting for. That's the thing that gets me about. Everybody has
Yes.
their opinion, but that's the thing that gets me mad about where okay, let's say it's true that women treat men bad. What does it matter? Men have to start learning how to treat themselves better, I think.
I agree.
And once they do that, no one can treat you bad.
But I think that in order to do that, it goes back to being able to be in tune with your emotions. As a man, you were raised to not feel them, not put them to the side because you have to be all of these other things. But I think that men that are able to pause and really connect with their own emotions and be okay with those emotions is what leads to that healthy human.
And I could concur. But like ever since I started, there was a time my emotions were locked up, you know, and in the dungeon somewhere. Like I wouldn't show anything except anger. That was the only emotion I could
Yeah.
show. But it's not that I was angry all the time. It's just I did not want to show that. But as soon as I started like getting mental health and even coaching and mental, like as soon as I started being able to like be free and letting out, like, yeah, I'm not having a good day. I feel lonely today. I wish I had a friend today, or I wish my wife treated me better. Or I wish my kids wouldn't like that. I could just like let it go. And now I don't know. It's uh uh uptake in emotional intelligence that is very hard to explain
Hmm.
as a man. You know, everybody that works on their emotional intelligence, of course, is huge, right? But as a man, that is it. Like as soon as you're able to get in touch with your feelings, be okay with them, and express them when you need to,
Yeah.
and not feel guilty or less than anything because of it, your emotional intelligence, it soars immediately, and then you're able to see you fight better. You fight so much better, right? Because you're not holding all this stuff, and you're able to like let it go when you need to let it go. I wish more men would go see. I thought that would get better over the years when we opened. Like I
Right.
really did. I don't know, because I thought, because I'm getting better with it. I pictured I'm not special. Must be all men are getting into it, but I still think there's a major uh uh like it's still
Right, there's a gap.
there's a
There's a
gap,
huge gap.
man.
But this is like I admire that about you, that it takes a lot to be able to put yourself out there on the internet, expressing your feelings other than anger. All of you do that really, really good.
And that's
So
why I do it. I want
I
to show
know
that
you
men could do
do.
it too.
And I know that
And
a
it does good
lot
with the
of
ladies too, by the way.
of
God knows if you're looking for a ladies loving you a little bit emotional. No,
no, it's true.
it's
It
very
is
true.
true.
It's very true.
And I think that one of the pros of you putting your emotions out there has led to more men being attracted to our practice because they know that we are accepting and wanting to help that. So vulnerability in this place is like fully acceptable. We want it. We want that for
Yeah, I
men to
want to
come
be,
here
and
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 work
it,
with us.
and also, can I tell you what's also the hard part? Most mental health providers are females,
Yes.
so that's hard within itself. Like you can't go talk to a male. It's very hard to find. We're always trying to look for a male provider, and it's
Yes.
very few. It's a pro- dominantly female thing. So that makes it hard because I work with providers. I have providers, right, that work with me, and there's a lot of good counselors, but there are a lot. I'm telling you, I've seen some horror stories of
Yeah.
counselors and
Yes.
the way they view men.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes,
talking
I know
about.
what
I'm
you're
not gonna
talking
say
about.
names, but and it is. It's like it's scary.
It's sad.
So imagine a male that decides, right? They listen to something, they decide, okay, I'm gonna be more intelligent, and that's the counsel they have. The experience is over. So I encourage
Mhm.
men, don't let that count, whatever that first experience, don't let it mess you up. I'm telling you, there are providers who love working with men.
Yeah.
I'm working with one on the consulting side, and that's what she does. Men that are incarcerated, and that's her specialty.
Mhm.
So they are out there. You just gotta but we got to start seeing that piece of our lives, the mental health, like important. It's like a job. You have to go find out how to be the
Yes.
best at it. So that's it.
And you're right, you do it for yourself, and then you're also doing it for your family,
Don't
you're doing
forget
it
about
for
the
work.
family. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I did. You see, when I started my journey of fixing my mental health, I didn't do it for y'all. I'm gonna be very honest with you. It was like the first time I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it for nobody. I want to stop feeling angry all the time. I want to stop feeling sad all the time. I want to stop feeling lonely, even though I have people around me all the time. I want to do something. I want to see the world from the eyes of health, right? So I did it strictly for myself. That's my advice. I know what you're saying because you're a counselor. But I'm telling you, as a
Yeah.
man, do it
Yes,
for
we start that.
yourself, man. Because if you do it for yourself, then you don't care if you bump into one of these bad providers and you gotta go find another one. You're doing it for yourself, not for her, not for your family. Do it for yourself, but the benefits will trickle down to the family,
Yes.
like
That's
tremendously. Because
yes.
sometimes our kids are like pain in the but if you're more emotionally intelligent, you're able to teach them better. You're able to bring them up better.
Yeah.
You're able to make more money by having control of your emotions. So
Yes.
I say that men that are in careers and are or are going after their careers, like go see counselors or counselors or
Everybody should
coaches,
see
whatever you're
one.
comfortable with
Yes.
that allows you to dump stuff. That's
Mhm.
all you need it for. Dumping. That's
Yes.
what I use it for. I'm gonna be
Yes.
honest with you. Anytime I go see it, it's to dump. Thank you. Have a great day. You keep
You
that.
don't keep it.
You keep that. So dump it because it'll make you better in your career. Because I'm telling you, as soon as you start working on it, it's like immediately. I think it was. I would say like probably a month, 2 months after I started, like, taking it seriously, and when I started going to counselors, and I didn't even like the counselor I was seeing,
But
but what it did for me, it enhanced my emotional intelligence
right.
just knowing that I am working on my emotional intelligence. It was immediately.
Right.
I started making more money. I started, like, getting the degree. It was like an immediate change. So, yeah, I say men have to really, like, take that serious. So that was a good topic. I have
Yes.
one though when it comes to this, being an alpha male.
Mhm. Okay.
This might get us in trouble, right? Like talking about this like that. I don't care. So there's a thing, right? You've heard it, being
Yes.
alpha male, being an alpha male. But I've never paid attention to it until I spoke to somebody the other day about it's a deal they're trying to put together with me and the podcasting, right?
Then
And they were talking about that they need a show with like an alpha male, and I'm like, wait, what? Remember, I was like,
mhm.
wait, this is interesting. Is that what you see? Like, I was like, what? What do you mean? That you know, I don't want to be an alpha. Like, I don't know what the hell that is. What is it? Look it up. What does that mean? What does it mean to be an alpha male? I don't understand it, but it could be because I am neuro that or something. But what does it mean? Because I don't understand. Why is this so important to be that? And then there's the beta male. I don't know. Read up.
Alpha males originally come from animal behavior to describe the dominant individuals in a pack. In humans, it usually refers to men who are perceived to be assertive, competitive, and successful leaders. though experts consider it is a major oversimplification of human behavior.
Yes, I agree. I think I don't like that. I don't want to be an alpha male. I want to be a leader.
Yeah.
I want to be a leader for my family. That's, I think, where I think it, and I think that's doing something to our young males. Like they're fighting to be that, but what are you comparing that to?
And there's no emotions in there.
And what are
Like
you
you,
comparing that
yeah,
to? If your whole life is competition,
yeah.
being dominant, if that's your whole life, you're gonna be miserable. I'm telling you.
You're gonna miss out on a lot of
You're not.
things.
How are you gonna be happy? Then you're gonna become old and realize you didn't have the fun things in life because nobody wants to. The, the perfect woman doesn't want to be around a male that's always like, "Whoa, yeah, whoa, whoa, let's kill it." No,
No. And as
that's
a
not.
woman, you want a leader in your life around you. Not that you need it, you would like it, you want to, just because women can also be leaders, but a person that is dominating everything all the time,
So
that's there's no emotional
so I
connection
would
in
like to
there.
put something for males. So I don't know if it's gonna catch on. Nobody listens to me, but you know what I mean. I would like to put that instead of trying to be this alpha male, learn how to be a leader.
Yes.
It's easier. You can measure it, right? Because there are theories, there are styles you can use that can. I use it all the time, and and for me, leadership. A lot of people are like sitting there thinking that, or feel that to become a leader, they have to be hired. That's a boss, right? They're waiting for
Right.
an organization. You're not a leader until an organization hires you as that manager. That's just that's a title.
Right.
You know, in fact, within the meaning of leadership shows that you can do it at in any point of your life. You know,
Yeah.
leadership. If you go in the dictionary, it means a leader is a person who uses who guides resources and people to accomplish a common vision.
Mhm.
You could do that's what you
That's
do
what you
with
do
a
in that
family.
family.
Yeah, you're getting resources, you're putting resources, you're guiding. That's
Mhm.
what it is. So once you understand that you don't have to be this alpha male. Wow, I can't imagine the stress of a
Yes.
male. Like I can't imagine it. I'm serious, and I'm like dead serious. Call me whatever you want, but I can't imagine the stress of always having to dominate something in order to feel like a man. We go
Crazy.
back to being an unhealthy male. And
Very
I'm not talking about
unhealthy.
that. That's another thing, toxic males or whatever. I'm talking about healthy for yourself.
Yeah.
You can be happy if every time you walk in a room, you're just thinking about how to dominate, not how to have fun, not how to be happy, not how to have a laugh, not how to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
That's to me, I don't understand it,
It's
but
a lot of
a
pressure.
lot of pressure, a lot, and I don't think there's any winning with that because what are you comparing yourself to? When do you reach the alpha male status?
Right. Right.
Can't measure yourself against everyone.
Mhm.
So when do you say, I'm an alpha male? Probably never. You'll never really feel like that. When you have $1 million, well, when you have $1 million, you know there's people who have $2 million. So now you're still not the alpha male. Now you reach $2 million, there's people who have $3 million. You're still not the alpha male. It's an
And
unhealthy
and
chase
and
of
it
something that doesn't
also
matter.
and it leads to another healthy side of life, that if you're always stressed because you have to be in charge, that's going to lead to consequences with your physical,
Of
emotional,
course.
mental health. It's not going to work. Okay, you reach it there, but then you
You'll
physically get ill.
never.
You're
No,
gonna
it's that
you're
you'll
gonna lose.
never. I don't think there's a possibility to reach that
Right.
status, like, realistically. I don't think it's possible. But somebody could tell me I'm wrong, but it's not possible because there's always, what is it? There's always a bigger fish.
Right.
So just in that concept, anytime you reach there, and that's where you create that you know that disease, that disease. I think that creates that disease. You know which one, right? That
Very true.
hateration, because you start seeing that every time you reach where you think you're alpha, there's somebody else that in that rule of alpharism. That's not the right. That there's someone that's more alpha. I just forget about that shit, bro. I'm telling you, me in my life, all I want to do is be a leader. And when I say I want to be a leader, I'm not talking about I want to be president or I want to lead a multi-million-dollar organization. No, I want to be a leader of whatever I touch, right? Of whatever I touch. A leader, what a leader does is guides resources and people so everybody can reach that vision of happiness. So
That's beautiful.
of feeling good, of feeling powerful, and then you spread responsibility because a good leader guides, doesn't do
Mhm.
everything. They guide people.
Right.
right? They motivate people to do things, and everybody does it as a team. So, and once you're living your life by those rules, well, guess what? You can research. There's ways of doing it. There's transformational leadership, transactional leadership.
Hmm.
There's a bunch coaching leadership theories and stuff that you can actually read and start doing it that way.
Right.
And it is a more attainable goal, because if that's your goal, to be a leader in your life as a male, to be a leader, if that is the goal, well, if you're focusing on that and now you're at home with your family and your family's doing well, you reached it.
Right.
See, now you reach it.
That's
Now you could,
measurable.
yeah, now you could feel good. Now you could feel healthy. Now you could go outside and get more,
Hmm.
because that you feel like you made it. But if you're going after alpha, what are you comparing yourself to? Who?
And remember, you're teaching your kids that that is how you achieve the success. So you're passing down that pressure from you to your kids to the next generation. It makes no sense.
So yeah, so that was a good conversation, right? So
Yes.
happy Father's Day, bro. Come on, like, this is your day,
Yes.
ladies. Let's make them feel really good. Like, it's awesome. I don't like present, but you got me a present, right? You
Yes.
got me this like shaving. That thing is really cool. What is it called?
It's a Freebird shaving kit.
Oh yeah, because
Hmm.
man, groom. That's
Yes.
another thing. Grooming is not sensitive.
No,
I take an hour to get out of my house, bro. Yo, I'll be
we
like,
gotta wake up on time so that
I
can
don't care
happen,
what's going.
and it makes you feel
Ever
better.
since I started doing that, I have had a better mental health. I've been happier in my day. I am more productive and
Yes.
do more in my day, because I feel clean. I feel good. So that's like but that wasn't important to me all the time.
No,
I
no.
learned that, and
Yes.
I learned that going through counseling and stuff. I started learning how important those things are. And as a male, but we don't think of that for males, right? We think of that for females, of grooming, of making yourself look
Mhm.
pretty. But for males, that's a very important thing, bro. That's
It's
important to
necessary for
me.
any
It's very
human.
important to me. It's so important to me to groom myself and look how, not how other people see me, but like how I feel comfortable.
Yes.
That when I look in the mirror, I feel comfortable. So when I face someone and I'm doing a business deal, or I'm coaching, or I'm
Yeah.
on stage speaking, I feel comfortable. And once you do that, you can be yourself and you can be confident, because confidence is really important to being a father. You
Yes.
have to be confident in what you're
Yes.
doing. And how do you build confidence? You feel good. That's
Yes.
exactly what confidence is. Feel yourself, like feel
Good
good.
within yourself.
Yeah, and you're
Yes.
not gonna do that with a piece of clothing, or a piece you could do it for a little while, but as soon as as soon as you step in a room and somebody has a better piece of clothing, you're back where you started. Or
Right.
cars, you can't leave that into cars, because as
Right.
soon as you drive and there's somebody that has a nicer car that drives up, you're done. You
Or if
do it. You
you're
do it,
inside a
but you do it with
building.
yourself. Your self image.
Right.
You work on your self image, and bring that out every single day. Man, I'm telling you, the day goes better. Day goes better. You feel more comfortable. You feel more confident, and you feel like you can fight. So I think that's important. I'm gonna
That's
put like.
actually a really good trick. Like
Mm,
I've noticed that sometimes if you wake up and he's feeling down, the minute that he goes into that shower and he comes out, it's a flip of
that's
a
a
switch.
flip. As
And
soon as
even in
I
the
do
middle of
my
the
hair,
day, like
yeah,
if the day
I
is
do it
not
in my
going
office
well,
all the
yeah,
time.
in the office all the
If I'm
time, yeah.
having a bad day, I'll go get my razor,
Yes.
my shaver. I'll shave again.
Mhm.
I'll do my eye, what, like, clip eye with the hairs of the.
Yeah, take a
I'm
minute.
hairy. I know they don't look like, but I'm like really hairy. So, like, and that makes me feel like I did something for myself that no one could take away from me. So thank you for the gift, yo. I'm telling you, this kid is awesome, especially if
Yes.
you ball. You bald like that thing. They used it today. That thing
Yeah,
was
there's a lot of
so
little heads
smooth.
to it.
Oh my god! So I'm gonna put the link below,
Yes, okay.
because why not?
Why not?
Ladies, get these dads this. Give them a grooming kit,
Mhm.
even if it's not that one, but just get them a grooming kit. And I'm telling you, they'll use it. Men want to
Yes.
look good,
Yes.
bro. But they
Yes.
want to look good, but as a male, sometimes it feels wrong to like worry about that. It's
they
funny. It goes very wrong.
because it was instilled that it's a feminine thing to want to look good or to want to groom yourself. Grooming is it's a
Well,
powerful tool that all humans should do, should
well,
take
guess what?
care.
Guess what? If it's feminine, hey girl, I'm gonna do it because I want to look good, bro. I want to look good. I don't understand. It should be. I don't know. It's unfair to give that only to women that you could do
So
that. I don't know.
unfair.
So yeah, ladies, get your dads, or your father, the household leaders, get them like a grooming kit, and encourage them.
Yes.
Encourage them. How do you encourage them? When they do something extra, let them know you see it. Be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that
You
looks
look
good. Damn,
gorgeous
you
today.
like do that stuff," and they'll do it again, and they'll do it again. And
Yes.
what? It improves the relationship because
Yes.
the
It gives
lady.
them connection too.
So yeah, so happy Father's Day. I am so grateful to be a dad. I don't know, it's the best job in the world. I complain a lot, but I have 3 kids, 4 kids now. I'm
Mhm.
thinking now that my time is bad. 4 kids
Mhm.
and 5 grandkids.
6.
6. I don't do good with numbers. I don't do good with reading. Oh man, I don't do good with none of that stuff. But it don't matter. I'm still a
It's
dad.
huge. Okay,
It's
but
a
I
joke.
wanna
It's a
say
joke. It's
something
a joke.
before we go.
What?
Okay. I wanted to take a moment to really, really, really tell you how thankful me and our kids and our grandkids are for you. You are
Aw.
our leader. You are our human, and we're thankful that you're part of our family and that you have worked so so hard for us.
Yeah, but I'm thankful that y'all let me be it. Seriously, it's a great job, bro. It's a great job, and the thing with this job is that it gets better the older you get. It's so fun. It's the only thing that feels like that. I've done so many careers, and none of them have felt like that.
Mhm.
Like the older I get, that I get to see a growth spur within my grandkids, within my kids, within my wife. Oh my God, I feel like I am a powerhouse.
Mhm.
I guess I feel like I
Invincible.
dominated.
Uh-huh.
See, I feel like I dominated. I feel like I'm doing my thing, and no matter how bad the day is, I can always look out and see my art piece come to life. And dads are amazing. I wish I had my dad still here. I know you wish you had yours. A very happy Father's Day to them. They're still here. We still remember them all day. And all you dads out there, man, just get up tomorrow. Like, understand how important you are, how special you are. Understand that without you, the world doesn't run. Without you, the world wouldn't know what to do.
Mm.
Your family depends on you. Your communities, whether you believe it or not, or in whatever job you do in a community, depend on you.
Yes.
It's a big job.
So big
You
job.
should be proud of yourself if
Mhm.
you're still standing, no matter what's going on in your life. You're still standing as a father today, and ready to fight for tomorrow. Man, you're doing it. You are that person. So keep going. Don't stop. Go get your mental health.
Yes.
Go start working on yourself and start grooming. It feels good. All right. Thank you for joining
Thank
us. Have a great
you.
day.
Thank you. Thank you.